And that's the reality. Tory or Labour or Lib Dem, it doesn't matter. They're equally powerless. They're equally compromised. They're equally useless. They are the wasted vote. And this same political class doesn't want you to know, and they won't discuss issues of huge importance to the people of the country. They won't want to discuss immigration, even if 80% of the British public have concerns about mass immigration and the pressures on our overcrowded island. They don't want to talk about the EU, despite the clear majority of the British public wanting to leave. They don't want to concede that claims that man-made global warming are actually unproven. They don't want to acknowledge the truth of failing education standards. They don't want to accept the NHS is at crisis point. They don't want to admit that they are failing to keep the public safe from criminals. And they don't want to apologise for failing our troops on the front line. Well, UKIP does want to talk about these things, and we will talk about them through our policies. Now, UKIP represents all of those, the great majority of the British people, who feel disengaged and alienated from the political system, the none of the above voters, because no one is representing their needs, their aspirations, or their desires. What an opportunity UKIP has. So, we challenge the consensus. That's what we do. And thirdly, UKIP is a party of smaller government, lower taxes, independence of the individual, not dependence on the state. We're a little bit libertarian. We don't like bans. We don't like people running our lives for us. We pose bureaucratic targets. We don't like state snooping on us or gross interference in private lives. That's what we stand for in UKIP. And UKIP is pro-democratic. We trust the people. We don't fear the people because we represent the vast majority of what the British people want and believe in. We are anti-bureaucratic at every level. And we believe in direct democracy and referenda. So if a supermarket, maybe a Tesco's, wants to build in a new town, then shouldn't the people of that town decide in a referenda? Shouldn't they have the chance? And shouldn't, if Prince Charles is right or wrong, shouldn't the people decide if he's right or wrong, not some arrogant set of architects? UKIP believes in local and national referenda on a whole host of issues. We believe in letting the people decide. And finally and fifthly, we are a party of radical common sense. Much of what is going on is simply crazy. You read the papers, look at the media every day, and the world seems to have gone crazy. What on earth are Lib Lab Con, the political three old parties? Why are they giving away all this power from Westminster? Can they not see in the Lisbon Treaty that in 2014 they've got plans to fight the elections on political groups and not UK political parties? They're like lemmings marching cheerfully over the cliff into the distance. Why do you need Westminster and all those expensive MPs when you've given all your power away to Brussels? That's our point. And so in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, UKIP represents real change, not token change. The choice at the next general election is not between red, yellow and blue, because that's a false choice, because each of the Lib Lab Con parties will do nothing to take back control from our EU masters. The British people will remain enslaved. Only UKIP can set them free. And we'll do that by offering them these three great freedoms and those 5 key beliefs. So the policy detail will follow. There's a session tomorrow with some detail. But the message going out from this conference, finally, Mr. Chairman, is to watch this space. Keep watching UKIP, because you ain't seen nothing yet.